stare awkwardly at the camera.
Done.
Hello.
Hello, humanoids. Greetings, fellow humanoids, and welcome back to Crypts and Cryptids, where the creatures play. This evening's eclectic collection of characters includes Nimue of Avalon and Eva Unit 03. We cannot talk about, for legal reasons, the current whereabouts of Eva Units 01 and 02, as well as channel first-timers Josh is Fine and Pippin, as we play out, as we take a breather from our Wild Mount campaign known as Mountain of Mystery and play out a standalone one-shot adventure. Our stream is supported by the extraordinary generosity of our own personal patrons, Military Fox, Lady Gwen, and Aquila122301, as well as our fantastic subscribers both here and on Patreon, the moral support of Hexwood Creations, and all of our phenomenal viewers. We have also been supported by a group of wonderful sponsors, including Dark Crescent Studio, Misty Mountain Gaming, and the Orsak Narrative Universe, all of whose links and information will be posted in the chat. Tonight, we will in turn be lending our support to an amazing member of the community who has been enduring an ongoing medical tribulation after sustaining an injury a couple of months ago. And while she recently received several diagnoses that answered a lot of questions, the situation has, unsurprisingly, created a mountain of medical debt. Because remember, kids, capitalism is always the BBEG. A spot fund has been created to help ease that financial burden, and the link to that will be provided in the chat over the next few hours. So anything that anyone feels compelled to contribute to that cause will be immeasurably appreciated. And with the keeping of the house officially completed, I will serve as your acting chaos coordinator as I attempt to wrangle this rambunctious crew of mercurial cryptids here tonight. That'd be them. Them. Oh, they're down there. Them? Wait, which direction? Yes, them.
Other direction.
We're cryptids. We're always in the direction you're not pointing.
That's true. I have disadvantage on my point. Let's see here. So, the ne'er-do-wells presently find themselves entrenched in a heretofore unknown echelon of existence, experiencing a strange combination of flashbacks and memories and sleep mares, oh my. Mostly designed to delay their story long enough for the entire crew to reassemble. And for that reason, we will not be having a customary pre-cap this evening, but rather a bit of a prologue instead. The four of you have been hired by a benefactor? Yeah, let's call her a benefactor. A businesswoman who enlisted your team's assistance in exchange for the fulfillment of one request each. And this is a woman who you know by reputation to be absolutely capable of delivering exactly what she promises. To that end, you have been contracted by her to travel about 80 miles southward to a small mining town built on the summit of Astor Hill, an area where the mycelial capillaries of etheric energy that suffuse your world grow close to the surface, close enough to the surface, that gaining access to it is marginally less dangerous than it is in most places. The businesswoman that hired you explained that one of her associates, Lucas Milano, is stationed in that town overseeing her interest in those mining operations and ensuring that the resources acquired there are being properly allocated. She informed you that she has not heard from Lucas in over a month, which is not terribly uncommon, but that in the last week, the delivery of resources has been interrupted, which is uncommon because Lucas is incredibly good at his job. She also informed you that the last time she heard from her associate, he had mentioned the possibility of a problem in the town with an artifact that the locals call a dream catcher, which protects them from sleep mares. She has hired you to check on Lucas. Lucas is the main priority. Lucas is the main priority because of business interests. The dream catcher is priority because that was the last thing she heard of from him. So, you are coming, so 80 miles is about 3 days. So you are coming to the end of your second day of travel. I imagine on the first day you had a spectacularly trivial encounter with a dust Hulk. Very territorial creature that just would not listen to reason. Mostly because, well, I don't think any of you speak giant, right?
I do.
I think that's what they speak.
I speak giant.
So you probably tried to talk to it, and it just wasn't listening. It wasn't having it. And so you guys were like, all right, fine, we'll destroy it. Whatever. Second day, probably little happened. Probably so little that you're like, can something attack us? Anything? Lightning method? Something? No? All right. And so we're coming now to the end of the second day. You all do know, as natives of this world, there's no nighttime here. It doesn't get dark everywhere all at once. You do have, technically, I was talking to Em about this, technically we would consider them magic items, but they're not even sold in magic shops. These things are sold in the general store. They're called anterns. And these are the items that you use to create areas of darkness. When you light the wick, it sucks in the light and creates a little bubble of darkness for long rest. So, as we're coming to the end of the second day and getting ready to bed down for sleepy time or for rest time, your group has been working together for a while now, some likely longer than others. Who among you is the newest member of your unconventional little found family?
I'm willing to take that spot.
So, would you please describe your character?
Holt is a large man in many ways. He has a large build, a large frame, a large smile on his face, and a large personality. He's how to explain this? It doesn't matter exactly what the conversation turns to, as he has a smile on his face. He's always looking for the silver lining, whether it be that something good came out of a situation, or don't worry, there's a way, we can fix this. We can make this better. Do you want his backstory, or do you just want his physical description that way?
Do we want to? Do you want to fold that into potentially conversation that the group might be having as you're bedding down?
We could just
Sure.
do tiny, like a very small amount right now of just like what we might, obvious things or like really simple things we know about each other.
Yeah.
Which you already did.
I can
basically,
explain
so.
why I can describe the small bit that would explain why the party wanted him along.
There you go. I like it.
He is a mercenary veteran, so he has experience in war times, traveling lands, and he was for hire, and he seemed like a good traveling companion at the time.
Amazing. So who now is listening to this story as your mercenary companion is describing the past that made it so you're like, clearly this is a dude to have along, and then he's telling you and you're like, yeah, though that actually makes all of that make sense.
Oh, jeez.
That probably would have been me with my character's backstory as well. Would have been something he'd pick up on then.
And who is your character?
So my character is oh god, I gotta remember my description stuff now. It's been so long since I've done this. Cazian is here. Not to sound redundant or anything, we did not make our characters together, is another very large man. Not nearly as armored up. Very let's put it that way. There's our difference, Not wearing full plate mail.
I'm good.
Large man, chainmail. cloak over himself. He's got shoulder-length black hair with these very, very distinctive white streaks through it that don't look natural. I was trying to come up with this really great description about like his general demeanor, but
I think the image that just got popped up on the screen perfectly describes it.
I don't have Anthony's wordsmith abilities nearly as much, but
I cheat. I write it down.
He's got the look in his eyes that he's just seen too much shit and has been piecing himself back together over the years and is not really trying to hide the amount of depression that he's carrying, but it's definitely a weight that's slowly been lifting off of him, kind of thing. He's definitely carrying something. He doesn't always talk about it. Depending on how long you've been together, you've definitely heard some of his story as to how he got to where he is. But generally speaking, kind of keeps to himself a little bit. But he, with his history as a soldier and then as a similar styled mercenary, probably would have picked up on the usefulness of having one big motherfucker along.
Mm-hmm. You saw that guy and you're like, him. You pulled the Tony Stark, you're like, I want one.
Yeah, I knew a guy like that once. I need that.
Yes. That one's breathing. So, because that was dark. Oh. So then, we have M, and I love the character art. I think we're gonna save the bird folk for last.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie.
I am playing Esper. She is a dark elf, a drow. And let me turn my camera off here so you can see her picture. She has gray skin and white hair and has these really intricate like scar tattoos on her face, like along her cheeks, over her nose, and then in the middle of her forehead. And she comes from a group of individuals that live down in the caves and are protectors of the resources and things that are down there.
Mycelial capillaries.
Correct.
That was that like binomial phrase by itself probably took me a good 5 minutes to put together just from like Google searching synonyms. And
Yep.
so amongst these three humanoids, we also have an amazing bird folk.
Hello! Yes, Grackle Feather Farthing. He's just such a sweet boy. I mean, he's a former soldier. I think you can see that he's smaller than everybody, even though he is very big for a Kenku. Like, you know, he's got a warrior build. And probably his like greatest trait is just being super loyal. Like once you're in the nest, you're like in the nest, you know? And he's always very polite, always very respectful, and just kind of has this attitude of like, he may have a bird brain, but like he's looking out for you. Oh, and he's a paladin, so he's got a religious symbol. It's like a cracking open egg. You can kind of see a silhouette of the raven on it.
And I may have just put him in the tree, just because I could. Amazing. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. All right. So, are there any conversations happening before we bed down, or are we lighting up the antern and we're like, we have been trekking across the desert all day?
I feel like Esper would ask their fine feathered friend about the symbol around their neck and what is the meaning behind it and why do they wear it specifically?
Oh,
like
sure.
in
my lady, the Raven, you know, she is a very just figure. She has dominion over death, and it's part of life. I just have always been attached to the natural cycles of things and the world of nature, so I wear this to honor her.
I like that.
And do you associate with any deities or higher powers?
Yes, I do. There is a deity. I don't know if you would necessarily call them a god, but there's a deity that I do follow, yes. They're a
Rather
genie
vague.
of sorts.
Oh,
But I don't know. I've been recently having a bit of a crisis of faith, I suppose. So I'm still trying to figure it out.
absolutely. You know, the egg on my sigil is cracking. Faith is something that comes in cycles just like all natural things. Birth, death, and rebirth. I'm sure that your deity will show themselves, you know, when the time is right.
Yes.
Note to self: add genie to battle.
Ooh,
But
that sounds
yes,
like a wish that we
I've
can make come true.
right. Dao is their name. If you've heard of them, I don't know. I feel like not many have.
I can't say that I have, unfortunately.
That is all right. I've followed them because they're protectors of the earth, and I grew up in a colony of people that protected the earth and the caves that we lived in. So it felt right at the time to follow in the footsteps of my parents. But I don't know. I feel like I need to find my own connection to the faith more than just what I was raised on, if that makes sense.
Oh, wait, I lost my video. There we go. Okay. Did our birdie fly the coop?
I think our birdie flew the coop.
Oh no!
I imagine they will be back.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, there we go.
Oh, sorry, no.
Grackle was like, "Hang on, I'm going to do a round of just spot and make sure there's nothing like coming in." And
Right.
So, my immediate thought was, do crows get the zoomies?
Right.
yes.
What was the last thing that you heard, Grackle?
I heard that your parents had walked a certain path and you were charting your own.
Yes. I want to make sure that the deity that I follow and the path that I'm on matches what's in my heart and not just what I was raised to believe.
I like this. So as we oh my god, Tiff's not here to torture with this. As we you don't even have a wizard to really make this joke funny. As we finish a dinner of sandwiches in the middle of the desert, we bed down in the darkness of the antern. We take our long rest. We are fully restored from the nothing that happened all day long, and we set out the next day. So evening, there's no night. So long rest, the third day. Continuing in the direction of the town you have been sent to. As you're getting within, you're traveling most of the morning, getting toward midday. You see, probably before you would ever have seen the town, because it is on the top of a hill, you do see in that direction and that distance this dome of darkness, like not full pitch blackness, and it's not like a smooth dome. It's kind of like the way that bright light would radiate, but in the opposite, over that entire hill. And as you continue throughout the midday, you reach a gorge that you know as a bridge to cross on your way to the town. And we will move you. All right, fine. We'll move it this way. To this bridge. I guess I'll move everybody. Everybody can move their tokens, right?
Let me see.
I'm figuring it out. My laptop doesn't want to run Roll20 and this video at the same time, but my partner's lending me their laptop. So I'll get there.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Sweet.
Let me see. Where are you? There you go.
And so that first picture was like desert. It did show the trees, though,
Yep.
so there is vegetation. This is not like the dunes of the Sahara type desert. It is a desert with flora, desert flora. So, how are we? What is our marching order? Just for reasons.
Let's put that double shield guy in the front.
I feel like I would be in the back because I have a 300-foot range.
It's Holt first, me second, probably.
No matter what's in front of us, I shall hold the line.
That's right. So the two beefy fighters.
I'm gonna follow that guy.
So what you just saw flip in front of the screen, M, was moss.
Who doesn't have a collection of moss in their room?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you putting together an impromptu ghillie suit?
Yes,
I
they just got back from it.
That's what M would do with all the moss she collects.
I just poured some moss
Oh
off the
no.
tree.
That's amazing. She tore moss off the tree. That is authentic North Carolina moss. Possibly
Fantastic.
ghost moss.
Ghost moss, yes.
There we go.
Okay, so Holt and our two beefy boys up front. As you cross through these two trees here, GM level, D. Out from behind this tree here, I imagine too, not terribly well hidden, layer, map layer, token layer. No, token.
You got this. I believe in you.
This fella steps forth. Where's his stat block? Just in case.
Uh-oh.
Let's make sure.
Hold on, everyone. I think that's a cousin of mine.
Wait, yes. What languages do you speak? Giant, right?
I speak Giant.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay, so he steps up. You stepped up to him. Okay, so you stepped up right to within 5 feet, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Anthony, before we forget about it, you're going to want to make another token for me for future use.
Yes, I will copy and paste that to create you. Okay, that's amazing. At the end of the troll set. Okay. So he steps out. This big rot troll. I had him behind the tree. I think originally he was going to be down, and he lumbers out. He's actually got a cross chest thing with like a big fucking satchel thing attached there too. And in giant, he says, You might want to back up just a little bit. I haven't had a bath in ever.
Oh no.
I sleep on the, and he like points out, I sleep on the ledge down there, and I rolled off a while back and landed in some water, but it might have actually been dragon pee.
Wait, there's a dragon?
There's many dragons, but if you don't back up, you might catch some stink.
Got it. And I'll this is all in trenches. I completely understand. Don't worry. Months on the road will do that to you. I'll like turn my head back behind me, just like, he says he might smell a bit.
And he does. He is not at all lying.
Cazian's already taken a
Do I
step
need
back.
to roll
Like,
a Constitution save or something?
Well, so here's the thing. No, you would just take the damage if you didn't.
Oh, good.
So let's see, have we backed up?
I did.
Yeah, I'll just one
Okay.
large step back.
Cazian was about to ask, like, hey, what's he saying? He was about to ask. He was like gesturing, and then you said that, and he's like,
Oh. Hang on. Okay. No. I get it. Okay.
So just I'll just raise my arms a bit and like wildly gesticulating very animatedly, because behind the shields I have to in order for anyone to understand what I'm doing, which might be a bit of a danger to anyone standing nearby. But
I've only been hit once. Okay, like we've got this worked out.
Just standing there, just like, so me and my friends are trying to get across this bridge. Can I ask why you have approached us? My gritty gentleman friend.
Thank you. And I kept going back and forth about this. I think he's going to do it. He reaches into the pouch and he pulls out a piece of parchment, not a large piece, like a large, like a 5x7 index card size piece of parchment. And he squints at it and he goes, I have been assigned to guard this bridge against any and all pedestriations by unworthy travelers. To prove yourselves, you must answer 4 riddles.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on. No, this is gonna be great. Oh no! I have a high intelligence, which means this plays into it perfectly.
The best part
Grackle
is
is already
this.
like brain
no.
steaming.
No, not that I'm gonna be able to answer the riddles. Just like, oh, riddles, perfect. But I seem to notice that you're having some problems reading that. Do you need some help, friend?
Ooh.
No.
Oh, I'd really love to help you with these
Mm.
riddles. Fine.
The best part is, see, this is in response to JLo saying that my vocabulary was such that I couldn't play a dumb character. This thing has an intelligence of 5. It has a -3 intelligence.
Okay.
So you must answer 4 riddles. Riddle the 1. What is gritty and tan and tastes like sand?
Can we like huddle up?
Yeah,
You guys, like, I don't know.
What?
Can I ask a question? How many guesses do we get?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, perfect.
1.
Oh.
Yes. What did the bird say? Is the bird talking?
Well, I don't know. Can we confer with each other and make a plan? I mean, okay.
I have an important question while Grackle is saying this. This is above the table. Does this giant speak anything but giant?
No, I was hoping he did. I was going to squidge it, but I love the fact that Holt has to be the interpreter.
Oh no! So
I knew that's what it was
Grackle
gonna be like.
says that. Meanwhile, I've been playing back and forth the whole time. What is the response to Grackle saying words he doesn't understand?
Oh,
I also
sorry.
love the. I also love the idea. This is fun from a linguistic point of view. Riddles are really notoriously bad for interlingual things.
Oh
because
yeah.
riddles usually only work in one language.
Yeah, I'm assuming that riddle didn't translate, so we are all very confused.
Yeah.
I mean,
Esper's gonna look at Holt and be like, I wonder if the answer is him.
Well,
Wait, we
maybe,
should
but
find out of him.
maybe, but also I was kind of, if it translated correctly, I was kind of thinking, and he's gonna reach down and just pick up a handful of sand.
I mean, that sounds good enough.
Yeah.
But
Like you said,
you might be right. Maybe he.
these riddles don't translate very well, you know. This is why I hate riddles.
Maybe.
It's that and puns. Puns don't translate well either.
That's right. That's right.
Grackle will just like peck a little bit of the sand out of your palm and be like, "Yeah, tastes like sand."
Breaking news. Local crow figures out sand tastes like sand. More to 11.
Sand?
Oh my God.
I will protect you with everything. You are precious. This one is the new party mascot. I don't want to speak for everyone. I don't want to take the lead from everyone. Are we going with sand? I'm speaking in common, but
I mean, you know, it's either
what are we,
sand and we get it right,
what
or it's
answer
not, and you know, things get ugly. And you know, I'm used to things getting ugly, so.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I'm look over my shoulder at him. I think it's already pretty ugly.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my fine friend.
Because that was in common. He did not know what that. He's like,
that is the answer sand?
sand. And this like little swirl of sand like swirls up and enters his hand and becomes like a geode, like not like the outside of a geode, an uncracked geode. And he like looks
I am
at
terrified.
it. He looks at it
A thunder
and
egg.
he puts it into his satchel. And then he holds up.
I'm just gonna quickly turn back to my party and be like, I think that
Riddle
this
the-
might be a
okay,
bit
go
worse
ahead.
than a troll.
Riddle the number B. How long is a piece of string?
Oh God.
As long as you need it to be.
It's either gonna be as long as you need it to be, or
As long as you cut it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 letters.
Oh, that's very clever.
Yeah, which is why I think that's probably not the answer, because I don't think he can count that high.
How many fingers
How many
does he have?
fingers? Yeah.
Oh no!
He has four on each hand.
From
Okay, and counting. Okay, throw in some toes. He can do it.
that's great.
Five on one hand, 4 on the other.
Oh.
How long is a piece of string? Oh no!
As long as you cut it to be.
I actually don't know this one.
Like this feels like
Where's my
this
D20s?
feels like the riddle version of an anti-joke,
We're out of.
right? That's the vibe I'm picking up here. These
I like as long as you cut it, because it goes along with as long as you need it to be.
How long
The
is
length
this-
that you cut
How
it?
long is a string? Depends on how many integers you put to it.
Right.
Um. Really quickly, let me try something.
Okay.
Friend.
Yeah,
What-
I have. Yes. Where? Me?
What?
Oh,
We are friends. You and I are friends.
yeah, you speak me.
I speak you. What happens if we answer wrong?
What's wrong?
Do you have the answers?
Not until you give them to me.
Oh. I think we're finishing his math homework for him. That's rather sweet.
Well then.
Well, in that case, can we see the string?
I don't have one.
Oh. How will we know how long it is?
I don't know. If I knew that, I'd have the answer. I wouldn't have to ask you.
Tell them as long as you cut it.
This is gonna be the whole episode, isn't it?
Yep.
Uh-huh. This is the puzzle that takes a half hour.
I'm here for this. Amazing.
This is the door that we stumbled onto. As long as Knight, stop giving me ideas, damn it. You really want me to tell him how as long as you need it to be?
Yes.
Okay. The smart birdie says, as long as you need it to be.
Need it to be. And the sand swirls up around into the other hand, a little geode. And he puts it in his satchel.
Do I recognize what's happening? Can I make an insight check or history check or something?
Yeah, make an insight check. Let's see.
I feel like this is gonna fuck us.
Just
if we
like,
don't-
this isn't a troll, this is a fae. He told us we're giving him the answers. We didn't know that.
What is my insight? Okay, my insight is shit. But I rolled 16, so 17.
Would you like a help action on that because of me understanding what he's saying? I could probably understand the intonation a little bit.
That is up to.
So yeah, you Eva,
would
you
give you
roll
advantage.
insight. I was gonna say if you roll insight, whatever your insight is, and then we'll just take the higher.
Oh, I was just gonna do the help action, but yeah, sure, okay. My insight is awful.
So Esper, if you would like to roll again, you can do either.
I got an 18, which I shouldn't have because my insight is 0.
Nice.
18. He said you had to answer 4 riddles. He never said you had to answer them correctly.
But do I recognize what the sand thing going on is? Like, is he
roll
casting a
history.
spell?
History.
See if you've seen this sort of thing before. You
Sorry, I was trying to tell.
probably
I rolled that on my cracked dice, and I was trying to tell if that was a 7 or a 1. It was a 7.
have.
So let me see what my history is. +0, so 7.
You've not seen this before, but you do know that magic works in interesting ways a lot of the time. You don't know if this is a spell or if this is. You don't even know if this is him, honestly.
Sorry, I'm the player. Just got what was happening. Okay.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You know what? Given that Grackle is trying to figure this out, and is it Grackle or Esper? I can't always tell who's talking.
Esper.
Okay, since Esper's trying to figure this out, and Holt is just gonna Are you like thinking about this out loud?
What do you mean, like?
Like, are you reasoning about this stuff out loud, or are you just doing this internally?
Well, if I know that the giant, like if you said that the giant doesn't understand me, then I'd be saying it out loud.
Okay. Holt is gonna look at me like, you know, he's been rather forthcoming. I wonder if we just asked him who told him to guard the bridge if he'd tell us.
What do we have to lose?
I mean, he's a rather nice guy. It'd be a shame for me to have to harm him. But you're not wrong. Friend?
Yeah, hi.
Before we answer your other two riddles, can I ask you 2 questions?
Oh. Okay.
In the interest of us being friends, what is your name?
Yes.
Your name is Yes?
No.
What is your name?
Correct.
Friend correct. Great.
Where?
Well, back into common, just like, oh, I have a sinking I have a sinking suspicion how the next question is going to go. What?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Do you know the name of the person that told you to guard this bridge?
Oh, he's thinking now.
Well, oh my goodness gracious! He rolled a 14 history with a -3. Shit! Okay. So I was rolling to figure out if I needed to answer that. Because if he didn't remember, I don't know. Let's see here.
The curse of the DM rolling high when he doesn't want to.
Yeah. He flips the thing over again. He flips the parchment over again. Kristen Weaver.
Kristen Weaver. Fantastic. Apologies for the delay, what? Can you can tell us your next riddle now?
Yes.
I assume that Kristen Weaver was said not in troll, just as a name.
Right.
Okay, so
Do
then...
I recognize that name?
Roll history. You can all roll history.
Oh.
I'm gonna use my fancy dice. Come on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna...
I'm off to a great start, you know? My first roll, haven't played D&D in how long? My first roll, a 1.
Yes!
I need you to know
never...
that both of my history rolls have been 7.
I rolled an 18.
Hey, there you go. Now wait a second. Is it Grackle or Crackle?
Hello, it's Grackle with a G, like the common bird.
I have to go out of my way to keep this character alive. I thought it was Crackle. Grackle is even better, and now I must protect, and I'm the DM.
No, the clear answer is I am protecting Grackle. You must get through me first.
That's true. That's true.
Correct.
So what was Grackle's history roll?
Oh, sorry, I ran to the bathroom. I'll have your copy.
That's okay.
It is not good. That's gonna be a 6.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could have rolled any worse than me, so...
So Holt is the only one who recognizes the name of Tristan Weaver.
Listen, I'm an old mercenary veteran. I've been around a bit.
This is true. This is true. And you've probably heard of this through the city that you guys are from had many decades ago, quite a history of conflict between its nobility. And
no.
the Weaver family were the ones that came out on top. And Tristan Weaver was the patriarch of that family. And he died probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh.
Oh my.
And he died a fairly natural
Em,
death.
you saw that too, right?
What happened?
His glasses. When he went, his glasses fell perfectly onto his nose. That was like a light bulb moment. That was fantastic. Please,
That was
clip that.
That was literally like a light bulb just going. Ding.
Oh.
Fantastic.
You look like you're thinking like the way I think I look when I'm thinking. Anyway, riddle the next. What can you hold in your right hand, but not in your right hand?
I told you guys these are the riddle equivalents of anti-jokes.
Right answer, I'll be honest.
So, wait, hold on. What if the answer? Yes. Just play into his own thing, right?
He said he doesn't know the answers until we tell him. We can tell him anything.
Just a single tear like drips down Grackle's cheek, because it's like math homework when you're a kid.
Tell her I think she's cute too.
I'm a boy! Scrah! I think, well, yes, it seems as good as other. In your right hand, but not your right hand? What, like your palm? Oh, I don't know.
Your right hand. You can grip it, but you can't hold it.
But you can hold it, but you can't. I don't know.
I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, all right. I feel like whatever we say, he's gonna make a big crystal monster to fight us or something. I just got my goggles up.
But he's such a nice boy.
I do love him.
Can we keep him?
Yeah, one more giant guy for the party.
We might need to give him a bath first, though.
Wait,
I did not balance the encounter for that.
Reference-wise, I totally forgot. Eva, how tall is Holt?
Yes. No, Holt is a Goliath that is at the upper echelons of his race's heights. So, I have to double.
Like, what is that? Like, does that cap around like over 7 or over 8 or 8 feet or 7 foot something?
So,
I think he's into the 8 to 9 foot range, yeah.
Jesus.
Because a large creature is 10 foot, so I'd say
yeah,
Goliath
he's about
8,
he's about 8 feet tall, maybe
Okay,
a little,
okay.
maybe a little under. He might be fudging that last half an inch.
rounding up.
And
yeah,
I'm
that's fine.
6'4", so it's like I'm tall for a human.
How tall is Vespa?
Esper?
Esper. Dang it. Yeah.
Like
No,
the
you're okay.
psychic.
She's about 5'5".
Same.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
you have these two massive warriors up front, and these, like your shields. Go back here.
Uh-huh.
Look, it's just how Em feels when she's around, all of our tall friends in general, so she's used to it.
Hey, this is the shortest character I've made besides my fairy, okay? Me, as a 5'3" person, I always make 6 foot plus as my characters.
And the fairy was so small that my raven familiar was taller than her.
No way.
Yeah, ravens are huge, but anyways.
What is the answer?
I think it's just your right hand. I don't know. If you guys think so, let's go with that.
Submit. Let's just get it over with.
Yes, go.
Send.
Full send.
I turn around and give that answer.
right hand. And the sand swirls. And this time, before it forms into a geode, it almost makes what would look like a mage hand out of sand. It's a sand hand. And then solidifies and kind of still has like it's a geode, but it still has like the vest. It looks like Tiamat's hand coming out of the ocean in the Eternals.
Okay.
And fingers. And he puts it in his satchel. And then he backs up towards his tree. All right, you could pass. Careful with the one, kind of points halfway across. There's some boards that is a little weak.
Wait, I'm confused. That was only 3.
No one has questions.
No.
3, huh?
No, I didn't say that in common.
Oh, yeah. What is my name?
What?
Yep.
No, what?
Yep. It's
I
a
have-
family name.
It is a beautiful name. Hey, what?
Yeah.
We've been talking here for a bit, and
No.
yes, I know you know. You are a very bright man.
Thank you.
You said that Tristan Weaver told you to guard this bridge.
Right.
I have some unfortunate news for you.
No, thanks.
Same.
But I could spare you that unfortunate news. Would you like to come with us?
I gotta guard the bridge.
You don't have to guard the bridge if there is no bridge to guard.
That would be a problem.
I'm joking. Oh, all right. We'll come back soon.
Okay.
Maybe with
Careful
some
on that.
soap.
Ooh. Amazing. Careful on that board.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna. How? I am not a small man. And looking at the image on this field, and I'm wondering, how confident am I that I'm gonna make it across this bridge and not in the river under it?
So you like is Holt examining the bridge? You get up to it and you're like, I don't know about this. Which board?
I was
I'm
having
like-
the same
I'm-
thought.
Holt is like
Yeah.
coming up to the bridge and like looking at the first board and putting one foot out and sort of pressing his weight down on it and seeing how much the wood is gonna flex.
You know what? Yeah, you're a pretty big one. Hang on. He'll reach into the pouch. He'll pull. Oh, that one has fingers. I like that one. Put that back. Kind of put. Nope, man. This one will work. And he'll walk over to one of the two, the post closest to him, and put the geode down on the post. And if you back up a little, it might be some shrapnel.
Oh, I'll step back and then I'll slam my fist together, basically creating the shield wall.
Oh, that's cool. And he's gonna take his fist and just a regular old hammer fist and just smash the geode onto, and the dust, the sand, it doesn't just crack, it like turns completely back into sand and swirls down the post. And then he'll walk over and do the same thing on the other one. And the sand kind of drifts out across the bridge and basically coats it. And then hang on, it's got to set. Hang on.
Holt is gonna poke his head up over the edge of his shield, just like, is it over?
I saw an adventurer do this one time. He looked at a thing on his wrist. I've never seen nothing there. And as he's finishing talking, the bridge now, it looks mostly the same. There's a little bit of a glitter
They can see
to it. It's true. He steps onto steps onto the bridge, and it does not wobble at all.
Nice trick.
There you go. Here's your back up. Goes back over to his tree. I like this tree.
All right
Have
then.
fun. Careful over there. It's dark. It's weird.
Wait, it's dark over there.
Yeah.
Like,
So before
There's a bunch
you
of
guys had,
lanterns over there.
well, yeah. So before you reached the bridge, you saw what effectively looked like the effects of an antern over the entire hill that the town you're headed to is on.
Interesting.
Spooky.
Well, guess we should get moving then.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Sorry to bother. Before we go, do you think he'd give us one of those rocks? He's probably got like a ton of those, right? Or I don't know.
It might be rude to ask.
Would it be
but-
rude?
you know what?
Okay, no, don't do it. Don't.
I mean,
I feel like people probably
hey,
should
what?
What?
Do you get another one of those rocks every time we answer a riddle for you?
Yes. I guess.
Could we answer another riddle for you and you could give us one?
If I answer that. Yes. And as he answers yes, he takes one out and gives it to you.
Ah, nice.
Interesting.
You are a good friend, what?
Yes.
I to the Esper,
Mhm.
and I turn back. What is your riddle?
No, what is my name?
Let's cross the bridge.
Let's go.
We will see you on our way back. What?
Okay.
Just gonna head across and
Absolutely amazing.
give him a friendly wave as he walks by.
I just love him.
Why do I picture when he
Oh.
waves those videos of the bears sitting down waving at people on the other side
Yeah.
of the fence?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
This
Yeah.
He's sitting-
yeah,
he
literally
sits
just
down-
like
he's scratching his back on the tree with his feet just up,
yeah,
just
just
like
like not a care in
just
the
tinkering
world,
around
in his lane,
Oh.
unbothered, not moisturized.
at all.
Unwashed.
Yeah, that's the funny. So that was a rot troll. They have rancid degeneration. At the end of each of the troll's turn, each creature within 5 feet takes 2d10 necrotic damage. So he's like, I stink. You should back up.
Absolutely amazing.
That is my favorite character for this whole one shot. I don't care who else you introduce.
Man,
The bar
I
has
have
been set
3
high.
whole- I know, right? I have 3 whole. This is okay. We're a third of the way there. So we're moving. We're moving on, crossing through. Now, go ahead.
So you said it's dark.
So as we are moving on and moving up the hill, it's light. It's like when you're moving towards a storm and you can see the edge of the storm. Like you can see the edge of where this darkness begins.
I can't see clearly now. The darkness is here.
Okay.
So we're continuing, and we're continuing, and we're continuing. And it's like, it's not, like I said, it's not a sharp, like it's the edge of a dome. It's like the actual Terminator line of night and day. So it grades from light into not quite full nighttime, but like, what is it? Is it the blue hour or is it like right at the end of dusk into night?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
How does the antern affect dark vision? Does it at all?
Yes, because it creates darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Like not magical darkness though. It's a dimmer. It's a dimmer switch essentially.
Okay. Because I have a range of 120 feet, so I'd like to be looking for danger.
Okay.
As best I can as we're walking.
All right. So we're just passing through, moving into the and out in the world, like there are areas that are darker. Like when you go underground, it's dark. It's not light everywhere all the time permanently. So darkness can be created. Darkness of this magnitude takes a lot and is not something you would see every day. So you already kind of know this is a little off.
Okay.
You do pass a sign as we're moving up the hill, because now we're moving up towards like the summit of Astor Hill. A town or a sign that is like a wooden sign, hand painted by somebody with just enough talent, and shows just they care just enough to like invest that talent. But it says, "Welcome to the town of Shay," and I would like to be able to put up a picture of the sign because Shay is spelled the Gaelic way, which has like 14, but it has like 9 unpronounced letters and diacritics and whatnot.
Mhm.
But it is the town of Shay. And as you're walking in, depends on how you define danger. There are dead bodies. And roll investigation. Let's see how these look.
Just my investigation.
Ooh, I have.
And anybody who wants to roll investigation.
All right, I'm in on that.
17.
Hey!
How's a 24 look?
17.
That's a dirty 20.
Ooh,
Ah.
woo!
I love having items that up my.
What was
Oh,
Grackle's?
I got a 12.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
I love being a muscle-bound jock that actually has some brains.
Right.
Right?
It's fun.
Yeah. The bodies, they're not. They didn't die pleasantly, but it doesn't look like they died.
Does anyone?
Occasionally, they didn't die in their sleep, but it doesn't look like they were attacked. Like it doesn't look like a dragon attack. It doesn't look like. It looks like people inflicted wounds.
Hmm.
There's not piles of bodies, but there is a concerning number. And
How fresh do they look?
The freshest is probably a week, not
Ooh.
less than a week, and there are some that look several weeks to a month and a half in.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Gross.
Not. Oh, I'm not gonna go
very
there.
stinky campaign.
Yeah, Esper reaches into like one of her pouches and pulls out like really like nice smelling herbs and just kind of hands a little bundle to each of them and just kind of like
Blessings.
Just put them under your nose. Put them on your top
Mhm.
lip. Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody could roll stealth just for general.
steal.
Oh.
Wonderful.
It's no
Well, I can roll at a disadvantage.
It's so this goes back to that meta conversation of like the moment a DM says or asks something, it automatically is assumed to be important.
17.
With disadvantage, I rolled a
9.
16.
16.
Nice.
9. Okay.
You guys, I rolled a 1. I'm sorry.
no!
I still need to.
Oh, I feel bad about that.
I mean,
Okay.
Clank.
I mean, the fact that I
You're
made
a
it.
paladin.
The fact that the two of us up front are probably worrying the most. Okay, let's make sure our armor
I
doesn't
know,
make any noise.
big
We're
beefy
good.
guys just-
We're not going to make any noise. Okay, sweet. We're gonna just kind of, and then behind us, ka-dunk, ka-dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Puff of feathers.
It's just Pike running down the stairs. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, to be fair, if you two are behind, you do effectively have these. Not that they are much stealthier, but much bigger, shielded folk in front of you.
You know, some parties are built for stealth, and some parties are built for extravagance.
I believe in to take the terms from another system. We're not Black Hat. We're Pink Mohawk.
Yes. As you're moving into town, you do see, it's a mining town, so it's got like the essential businesses. Is that what they called us? And at the center, like 90-foot head frame, I've been informed is the technical term, but a scaffold at the center of the town. So, what are we doing before I?
And
get
there's
going?
no sign of life anywhere.
There is no sign of life. I
Any-
mean, you're in the street. There's sign of former life, but there's no sign. Well,
Question: are there animals or bugs?
Yes. There's definitely bugs because there's dead bodies. So there are flies, there are
Okay.
beetles, there are roaches.
Because that would be a
'cause
tell if there was nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Really, other quick question, not related to this, because I have the stream up too, so I can see that the reference pictures you're showing are. Do you have those on the Roll20 as well?
I do not.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, I doubt everyone has the full thing up like I do with my 2 monitors. Because I know M has to flip around and Pippin's on two laptops right now.
I have 3 monitors if I include my phone.
Nice.
Just
Alright.
trying to look out for them too.
Okay, so there is life of some sort. There's animals or bugs or things. It's not like this is a completely
complete dead zone, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That would be extra unnerving.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, yeah. No. That's an interesting question for the nature of what happened. That's a question we'll have to have on a DM talk show or potentially one of our podcasts.
Can I given my history, given my personal history, can I roll a history check maybe to see if I can recognize if these if there were like signs of battle?
Yes, you roll history, and then everyone else roll perception. I mean, you can roll perception too, but
I could roll perception. Well, no, I'm gonna roll history. Even though I get advantage on perception, I'm gonna roll history. 17.
17. Having been in enough battles, you can probably tell the difference between battle and like massacre. Like you can tell the difference between 2 armies or 2 trained units going up against each other versus just like heat of passion type of injuries and wounds. And these are heat of passion.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oof. Also for perception, I rolled a 24.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So in the you can. I think I decided there's not a terribly lot of water on there, but like for player purposes, you know what it feels like as you go down underwater. The deeper you go, that pressure. The moment you came into, and the further into town that you've been moving, you've noticed sort of an increase in pressure. And now that you've spotted the head frame, there is what sounds like a wind, but there's nothing getting blown around. And in moments, the wind can sound like whispers. It can sound like sighs. It can sound like crying. But it's that kind of thing where if you start trying to pay attention, it's no, it's just a breeze. But then it like evokes that memory of crying or whispering or voices.
It's extra unnerving for Cazian. He has pulled his halberd off his back and is just kind of holding it ready, maybe as a walking stick.
And especially with the 24, you notice that like the head frame is at the center of town, and basically as you've been moving closer to the head frame, these effects have been increasing.
Holt's seeing Cazian's reaction, seeing like that readiness, and seeing what happened, what's on the ground. He's just going to stay close.
You definitely see Cazian switch to a stance that you don't see him take unless he's either ready to fight or he's unnerved, and you're catching some of that like look in his eyes that it's shit that he's doesn't like thinking about. He's at like a bit of a battle ready stance.
Yes.
Esper is going to cast False Life on herself. She has this as a at will, no spell slots thing, so.
I think you can
5
just...
temporary hit points. Yay!
Ooh.
There you go. What's that, Grackle? Grackle.
Oh, I was just asking about False Life, but it gives you temporary hit points. That's neat.
Yep. Yep, it's usually a spell, but because of my, I believe my pact, I can cast it once on myself
Mm-hmm.
without expending anything. Just nice.
Wonderful.
So, what are we doing? Where are we going? You're like, fuck this town, we're out.
So,
I-
sorry, my brain is blanking loose because we were hired to see why no one had heard from this place in a while. So this is adding up.
How tall are the buildings?
Probably the tallest is probably only 2 stories because it's very much got the vibe of a town that was built to be completely functional. So like this is not a town that would have an apothecary or a magic. So this has like a general store. It has a place for people to sleep. It's a mining town, so the town was built up around having stuff for the miners.
Well, my knowledge of mining towns, there should be at least 4 bars, but yeah.
Ooh,
How-
with everybody all spooked, it might be a good time to use divine sense to like see if there's any stuff around us.
I was just wondering if does anyone have any kind of things that can let them like scan the area? Because the best thought I had is I kind of was to like basically start perception check listening more to those weird noises and see if I could hone in on anything. But
Yeah.
So divine sense does Fey, Fiend, Undead, Celestial, and something else, right?
Oh god, I only have
Aberrations?
Celestial, Fiend, and Undead in my notes. But could be more things.
Oh, okay.
Let me look in the book. Or not, I'll Google it just fast.
How tall is the head frame?
I think it's 90 feet.
Hey, Cazian, how well acquainted are you with our employer?
how well acquainted am I with our employer?
Roll history, but it's not to see what you know. I guess it's to roll like what is your history?
Like, what's my modifier?
Yeah.
+2.
Okay, yeah. Roll history. We'll see what the dice decide how well you know.
I was gonna say you're doing what Meg always does, where she goes, "Roll me a flat d20 to make the decision." 7.
Yeah. 7. You're not one of the ones. You're you know her by reputation. I think everybody in this party knows because she promised or agreed to pay you for this with the fulfillment of a request, and it was made clear, not that any request of any magnitude. I mean, this isn't wish spell level, but that request can be pretty powerful.
The kind of person
And
that
she-
it's very good to have a favor from in the future.
Right,
Correct.
right.
So,
Well,
so basically, my response would be, well, I think about as well as any of us,
okay.
which is
Do you,
at the moment bothering me.
Esper and Grackle also roll history because you said Holt was the newest.
yeah. I probably got hired after they got this job.
I was thinking we probably knew each other a little, maybe like 1 or 2 things, but like,
Oh,
not,
yeah, sure.
but like this, like this job was definitely.
11.
Oh no.
I got a 14 on my history. Also, divine sense is for celestial fiends or undead, but it can also tell you if something's consecrated or desecrated.
Okay.
Then 60 feet.
And I know that it is 60 feet, and this will be fun because the characters have no idea about this, but the players and the viewers will know this from a meta level. That 60 feet does not apply. It is you're pinging in the direction of the head frame, fiend and desecration, but not in like a spell way. Like it's not a person cast a spell.
Okay, this is a spooky place, you guys.
Okay.
So wait, we got the 11 and 14?
11 and 14, yeah. So Grackle knows. Grackle's probably the eldest member of this in terms of how long this group has been together. You know, Madam Reed. You know
we go way
that
back.
the casino that she runs is an extraordinarily popular place for people who have very deep cravings and needs, and they don't have the time to do them in the conventional way. And so you know her ability to fulfill requests in that sense also.
Okay.
this would explain why Cazian doesn't know shit, is because he goes to casinos to play card games.
Yeah.
Holt does too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he keeps on getting kicked out of them.
He goes there to play card games and doesn't give a shit about everything else, and is completely oblivious to the backroom deals.
Hey, Cazian, I have a deck of cards and proficiency.
I do not have proficiency.
I could imagine that Grackle is like loyal to a fault, you know? Like they try to do good, but you know, if they love someone enough, they'd probably do whatever it took to be a loyal companion to them.
So, Grackle, do
you probably with your 14, you were told the person you were looking for was Lucas Milano, and so you've probably, the name at least sounded familiar. Probably one of those, you know, you've seen him in passing a few times. Maybe he was leaving a something with Madame Reed as you were going in, kind of deal.
So do I kind of know what he looks like, maybe, or I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
So,
Yeah, right.
do you actually tell me that though? That you know them pretty well, fairly well, ish.
I would say that. I'd just say that right out loud. Yeah, I know them all right.
Out of curiosity, my fine feathered friend, how likely is it that they would not be happy with us just returning saying everyone's dead?
I gotta say, I would not be happy with that. Let's go fight some fucking fiends.
Fair enough.
I'm in. I like your attitude and your spirit.
This is a player who's like, this is what the DM has set up. Let's go fucking wreck shit.
I don't know. We're
Also,
all so
very in
drunk.
character for a
Alright.
paladin.
I
So,
love it.
You know, I respect.
you said that it's that it's pinging towards the head frame.
Yes.
Can I see anything moving on the head frame?
Let's see. Roll perception.
wait.
Yeah, roll regular perception.
How far are we from the head frame again? Like,
At least 60 feet.
Within, well, location is weird or something? I don't know.
I'm gonna say you're like two. Well, because it's not a gigantic town. The town might be a quarter mile, like half a mile across. How big is a mining town from a Montana point of view?
Walk
It
from one side
depends.
to the other in 15
Them
minutes.
big. Yeah, yeah. It's not a large town, so you're not terribly far. You're like 3 blocks, like 3 city blocks.
So is it everything's still dark, right? We're still in this like
Yeah.
weird darkness. Okay.
Mhm.
Perception.
I'll lend you one of my magic items that I decided to bring, which is the Eyes of the Eagle. They're glasses that give you advantage on perception checks. No, you good?
I'm good. I got a 23.
Whoa. Yes, you do actually see, as you're scanning up there, probably about 80 feet up, there is. Let's see. Well, yeah, I've basically given it away. Let's see if what his. Oh my God! No, really? Is that what I think that is? Unbelievable, man! Do the dice know? He just rolled a 2 and a nat 1 on stealth, and his stealth is a disadvantage. So he probably thinks he's hiding, and is not at all. There
I
is
can
a
see his
dude up
feet
there.
moving back and forth, but the rest of him is covered.
He's like 80 feet up, and actually, because he's so unstealthy, and that was like what you said, a 23. He's got both hands on a heavy crossbow, and he is walking back and forth like he has no concern for the fact that he's 80 feet up.
I'm assuming with that low of the stealth and with her having looked up, I'm guessing we all look up and see him now, very obviously.
Huh.
80 feet, huh? Hold on a second. I gotta check something.
Can I tell if it's like an actual person or if it's something else? Like a zombie or something?
22, it's a person.
I have a 20-foot range and dark vision, so.
Yeah, and that's okay. So that's interesting. I was gonna say we'll say that Grackle told you. It does not look like anything other than a normal human. You do know that Grackle told you that the ping came from that direction, which is
Okay.
interesting for me because how specific the ping is not like incredibly specific, right?
Okay, yeah, it tells you boop, 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 boop. The location of any celestial fiend or undead. You know the type, like if it's celestial fiend or undead. You don't know its identity, right?
Right. Like it'll tell you vampire, but it won't tell you Strahd.
Totally. That's the exact example that it gives.
Really?
Yeah, and you also
so
detect if the place or an object has been consecrated or desecrated.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So
That's it.
location. So you know the ping is not coming from the ping is actually coming from below the surface. So the ping is not coming off of this guy.
Okay. There's someone moving around up on that tower.
Does he seem friendly?
I mean, he has a crossbow. So
He has a what? I'm raising my shields.
a crossbow, but considering what has happened here, I would honestly be surprised if someone didn't have a weapon if they were still alive.
I can technically get to him, and Anthony's gonna hate me because he has never actually realized how much you can break the game with Echo Knight.
Oh. I know what you're about to do, because that's this. Listen, one of the characters I built is an Echo Knight Ancestral Guardian Barbarian with Polearm Master. I get it.
This could actually. Go ahead.
He's within 1,000 feet.
This could get very interesting. Go ahead. Yep.
But you'd be all alone.
No, he wouldn't. That's the beautiful part of Echo Knight.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's what I can do. I can transfer I can transfer my consciousness into the Echo, and then I am deaf and blinded. But then I can move the Echo further than 30 feet away from me. I can move it up to 1,000 feet away from me. In case you didn't know, the Echo is not restricted to the Z axis. It can go anywhere. So, and it can go up to 1,000 feet then. So, and then I can also teleport to it no matter the distance.
All right. I hate to break your plan. You're right. But I think the Echo is restricted to your physical capabilities.
It can move. I've read into this a lot, like rules as written. It moves in any direction.
Really?
It's dumb as hell.
If it says you can move it X number of feet, but it doesn't specify, the rules are generally what's written is written. Yeah. So if it says you can move it, you could move it 1,000 feet straight up.
It's really dumb, and I made a point that I will almost very rarely use it, but yeah, it is how Echo Knight stupidly works.
I will say, if you are about to do anything, don't kill him, because we need answers.
We can get his attention first and see if he's friendly.
Oh yes, no, I agree. But if he's not, don't kill him. Because we need answers.
Well,
we get answers, then maybe we can kill him.
Also, there's like something really bad in there as well. Just remember that. Okay.
The way that this person is walking back and forth makes me think that they are on guard and trying to protect themselves from something, and are at the tallest point that they can get to.
That is potentially true, but there is one concerning factor to that. Yes, he does look like he may be trying to defend himself from something. And the people down here on the ground that are currently not among the living look like they were part of a riot.
Do any of the corpses have crossbow bolts in them from a shot from a high angle?
Probably a few, one or two.
Like for sure. I'm talking like CSIing this shit. Like they look like they were shot from high up, possibly.
At least one, yeah.
So, here's what I'm thinking.
How has he not noticed this yet?
I think
Sudden
he is trying
realization.
Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. As a DM, I was waiting for you to say that you approach. The moment you approach is the trigger. I assume that where you're standing at this point is where you've been standing the whole time.
Yep.
He's just really oblivious past a certain point.
I worry that he may have been part of the. What if he thinks he needs to defend himself from us?
Well, he
Well-
does. Shakes sword.
Mhm. I'm
You
tougher
know.
than I look,
Yes.
and I'm
Yeah.
sure that his range is not as good as mine.
I was gonna say, knowing what we have available here, throw up the shields.
I can walk
Blast
back
his
that
ass.
way and
Yeah,
still
let's
hit
throw up the
him.
shield.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
But
let's
why
go
you
kick
lie?
his ass.
no, let's talk first. Talk first. Let's
love
let's
the
walk in.
fighter saying, "Let's talk first." It's amazing.
The fantastic part is, it's not just the fighter saying "Let's talk first." It's both of the fighters trying to be the voice of reason.
Amazing.
Look, he does.
All right,
something
what are we
so-
doing?
Holt,
What are we doing?
Let's start walking forward with keeping an eye on him.
stay
Shields up.
behind me. Raises shields.
All right,
Conga
so we're moving
line!
forward.
And
That's
dutifully tuck behind.
Dot 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 tequila.
At that point, as you start moving forward, with the 20, the plus 20 perception, Esper, you do see him finally now realize and hear your nat 1 stealth Grackle at the very least, and you hear a guy yell out, "Demons!" and shoot. And I know a 10 doesn't hit any one of you. So this
Goodness.
bolt just kind of oh, I love it. Yep, the bolt comes in, dinks off the shield. And then you're still a ways out, but I like this idea. You hear the clicking as he's pulling the crossbow trigger like a bunch of times. And then finally he's like, and he throws the crossbow from the head frame at you. I'm not gonna roll that.
Poor frightened.
You don't
lady.
have to roll it because I'll lower the shield to look, and it's just
It's like
Conk.
10 feet in front of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, let's see, because I mean it's technically an improvised weapon.
ow.
Does a 15 hit anybody?
No.
Yes.
Not the shields that are in front.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna account for Holt's shields because you guys are essentially using him as. So you have like 3/4 cover, or at least 3/4 cover with Holt in the
Which
front.
I think gives what, +4 AC?
Plus-
Mm.
3 or 4, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because 15 is my armor class.
So weirdly, the bolt went really wide. The crossbow itself comes way closer to hitting you than the bolt actually did.
I just imagine those guys that like to throw things off from like really high buildings. It's just like
Yeah.
one of those things. He just like chucks it out, and then it just like velocities down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
Cazian's gonna lean up from behind the shields and just kind of, not a demon.
That's all the demons say.
Now's
Yeah,
the time where you
look,
surprisingly just
but
vanish your way up there.
we were sent here to figure out what happened.
Which demon sent you?
Okay,
Well, I mean,
can we
some
circle
people might
back?
cover a
Can we circle back this for a second? Not a demon.
Right. Said
What
the
is our
demon.
employer's name again?
She's like my bestie, but I don't remember.
No,
That's
but
me as a player asking. I can't remember.
Madam Reed.
Madam Reed.
Who we
Madam Reed sent us.
Who
Jimmy.
At that he stops. And like there's like clicking, not clicking in his head, but like that
You
name
can see the
caught him.
journey.
That name was a little beam of light through a very cloudy mind.
We're here to help people. She doesn't want to necessarily say you, because like she doesn't know what the fuck this is. But
What's
like,
left of them? Jeez.
yeah.
I told her not to send anybody.
Well, we're
Right.
here.
There's something wrong with the dream catcher,
The what?
and it's
Need my notebook.
I know. Yeah. Whatever it did to them, it's not. This isn't working, and that's
What is your name?
Lucas.
Oh,
That's the guy we're looking for?
Oh, that's the guy we're looking for.
yes.
Jinx.
Do you mind if we come up, Lucas?
You come up.
Why?
Don't. There's too many of us up here.
What do you
How
mean?
many?
Me. I'm getting ready to leave.
Well, then could you come down?
No, I'm gonna fly.
Oh no,
Oh.
Lucas, I don't know that that's a good idea. I don't
best
know if
idea.
you've noticed, but you don't have as many feathers as our friend here.
The
Not
moment,
yet.
the moment that this motherfucker says that, I cast fly on myself.
Oh.
But if you can fly, maybe he'll think he can.
Yeah, no
You
matter
can do
what,
it
I'll catch
too.
him.
You can do it too. It's okay. I'm an ASMR. He puts his wings. He puts his wings up. He puts his arms out. You cast it.
I'm
you
going to
cast it.
fly up to try to tackle him, I suppose.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, no.
So, is anybody else doing anything? Because he is putting his arms out. Your drow friend has taken off from the ground.
I am going to do the incredibly unwise decision of running forward and preparing to cast Lightning Lure once he gets close enough.
I'm gonna just get under and be ready to catch him.
Yeah, I'll go with you. Let's make like
I'm
an arm
flying
bridge
yeah.
together.
I've got 20 strength.
It's the absolute worst version of a D&D trust fall ever. I'm sorry, go ahead, Em.
Don't worry, I'll get him. He might be a little bit tased at the end, though.
Is 60 feet and I'm dashing.
Okay. Oh, so your movement is 60 total? It's 60
Yeah.
for a
Wait.
movement. and so you can dash, you
M.
can do
What if
120
I threw you to speed it up?
No. This was a split second. The moment he says, I'm gonna fly,
Okay.
she's just like, nope.
Okay, so
Okay.
he says, I'm gonna fly, and he puts his arms out, and I guess he says ASMR too, but like he's not looked at you after he said I'm gonna fly because he's looking up, and then he gracefully jumps and hovers for a split second. You think maybe this motherfucker is an ASMR? Maybe he's about to have wings, and then he succumbs to the lure of gravity.
The
That
lore or the
looks
law?
Because
I'm gonna try to catch him.
lure.
Oh.
Okay, so roll either athletics or acrobatics because this is essentially a grapple. I think it's usually athletics, but whichever one's higher, because I don't think you got a real high one on either.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah.
Try to basically.
Well, that's gonna be acrobatics.
Try to maneuver him underneath us, so because we're gonna collectively catch with our strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Madam Reed is going to be so upset.
Please hold. Let me look at my stuff.
That's what you're trying to do.
Because he's one step closer to the edge, and he's about to break.
Haha, that's right. I took the lucky feat. I'm gonna use a luck point, because that was a 5.
That would not do it.
I wish you'd step back from that ledge, my friend.
You should have sang to him. You're right.
17.
17. Okay, so you do get to him and grapple him. Now roll a strength check to see if you're gonna
Slow the
it
fall.
Yeah, it's you're gonna catch him whether or not you can hold on to him. Ooh.
Oh, that is a 13.
13. Okay, so This is 80 feet. 13 is higher than 10. He's taking both of you down, but you're slowing it because you've got fly. And
that was the goal here.
I'm like trying to Superman up as it's just like pulling me down.
Yeah.
Do they get close enough?
To get underneath. So you guys, how close are we? I'm gonna say you're not more than 60 feet. So basically, if everyone is moving and dashing, you are able to get underneath.
How did I catch him? Did I like grab him? Do I have him by a leg? Like what?
I think with a 17, you probably like got up, and maybe you misjudged it. Like you were going up, and like basically because his arms were out, you went up under the shoulders.
Okay.
And so you're like
probably. Yeah, I got him like this with his arms out. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good form.
I got him.
Yep. And now
we'll catch you.
Well, he's dragging you down because he is a bit heavier than you. And so we're gonna go half that and half.
Do they get within 15 feet of me?
Yes.
Yeah, but lightning would pull us down faster, wouldn't it?
It would pull you towards us so that we could be underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 5 people here, right? Including him?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
The total damage was 10. And since this is essentially making a humanoid mattress that will get dispersed, everyone, including him, takes 2 points of damage. Of fall bludgeoning damage.
That's not bad.
Yay for temporary hit point.
Man, I had so many different ways of how that was gonna go. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we came and watched them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see if I can really quickly game the system.
Now see, oh no, this is one of those things where it's like you absolutely have to session 0 certain stuff, and it's like there is the DM wanting to like surprise the players with a thing, but then there being certain things. It's like if you surprise somebody with that and they're not okay with it, that's gonna be a problem.
So, I have a trick.
I like tricks.
But they're for kids. I have a trick. I have a couple of tricks, which I'm going to engage right now. Let's see. Do I have this one? Okay, so I don't necessarily have that one. However, I am going to say I'm not actually taking that damage because Goliath. I'm just gonna use my con mod plus a d12 to negate it.
There you go. That works. I won't even. You know what? I won't. It's a one shot. It's we're in an unconventional setting. I'm not even gonna. You don't have to use that resource. You can negate the damage. He landed on your shield.
Yeah, like I feel like
that would hurt more.
And I feel like I kind of like. I feel like, and then I kind of like took some brunt of it, so I took some of the damage, but that's what's helping like negate the damage on that. Like I'll take that 2 damage for that.
There you go. There you go. And
then immediately I grab I grab Esper and just set her down very gently and kind of just yeet the other guy off the shield onto the ground because I'm a little upset with him.
What did you do? I'm sorry.
I just kept pushing him off the shield on the ground. I take her off very gently. And just kind of like,
you know,
they
have to do this kind of thing outside of the fire brigade.
As soon as you're on the ground, are we doing anything, Esper?
Yes. So as soon as I'm on the ground, I go, you take care of him. I will keep watch, and I'm going to fly back up 60 feet, and I'm just going to keep an eye of things. And pretty much, I've got like
friendly UAV online.
Yes.
I have 9.5 minutes for you guys to interrogate or do whatever you need to do.
The moment everyone's on the ground, he immediately scampers back. So if anybody wanted to take a fucking swing at him, you could, because this would be an opportunity. But he scampers back to the crossbow and grabs it and starts pulling the trigger again. And there's no bolts on there.
I'm just gonna very calmly walk up to him and just using the back, like the bottom of the halberd, just go. Boop, and just push the crossbow aiming down.
Still. You're the
You all
first
right
team
there,
in the-
bud?
No. I haven't slept in weeks.
That's not even
Always
physically
sleep
possible.
deprived.
It's not. No one has. Well, they are. And he doesn't point, but he looks around and he's like, they are now.
Okay, I'm gonna need an explanation of what the hell happened here, please.
I don't know exactly what happened. It got dark. Not all at once. It kind of settled slowly. Kind of didn't notice it at first, but then over days and days and days, it looked like inside of a room when you close off the blinds. And then no one could sleep. Or you could sleep, but it was just sleep mares all the time. Bad dreams all the time. And then when you woke up, you weren't rested. Every night. Everybody. So we figured there had to be something wrong with the dream catcher. So we sent some people down there. And they didn't come back. And the bears and the bad dreams kept happening. So some more people went down there. And they didn't come back. And we just kept having bad dreams. And the worse it got, the worse they got. And then people started doing things they wouldn't do. And they died. And they got killed. And they killed. And up there was pretty much the only place that I could not die.
Is the dream catcher, is that like an entity or an object?
It's an object. It's supposed to absorb bad dreams. And it clearly stopped working.
Well, we're not napping while we're here. And it's
Right.
down in the mine.
Yeah.
How many people are still relatively sane? You got buddies?
Including me, none. He is, medically speaking, at 4 levels of exhaustion right
I
now.
was just gonna ask you how many levels of exhaustion. I was just looking at like the stats for it because I couldn't remember how bad it
the
gets.
only reason I didn't go 5 is because his movement would have been 0. It took him the better part of a day to climb up to the top of that head frame.
Oh, buddy.
Oh god, it's
And he's at half his hit point max. If you didn't catch him, that would have finished him. That fall, 80 feet, 8d6 would have finished him.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, we can be his hero, baby.
That's right.
Okay.
So, well, why don't you guys leave? I mean, if this place is all fucked up or whatever.
I don't know.
Insight check.
Good.
Actually, yeah.
I'd say roll at advantage, honestly. And now here's a problem, and this is a DM thing. Okay, yeah.
22 insight check. Mainly, I'm looking at like how
11.
do I feel like he's retelling events pretty accurately, or do I feel like he's withholding something?
Honestly, you get the feeling he couldn't lie right now, and there's definitely the lens of like the horror of what he's seen. You definitely pick that up. That what he's seen has
It's like looking in
wrecked.
it's like looking in a mirror a few years ago.
Ooh.
Some people did leave. I had a job to do, and people that I cared about were disappearing and getting hurt. And so sometimes we do dumb things. Sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves first.
I know what you mean. When everyone around you's losing their minds, there's not much you can do to keep yours together. I'm honestly amazed you kept the pieces of your mind together.
A lot of alcohol.
Oh,
But
buddy, so much alcohol.
You're safe.
From 60 feet
Pay
up,
for it. Mhm.
Esper's like, Can somebody like heal him a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and lay on hands him just a little. Give him like 5 HP.
2. The 2 he took is the max he can get back.
I'll give him 2 little HP.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks.
Should
Do I see anything from 60 feet up? Just checking before.
The head frame. Now that you're above it and you can see down, you
Well, I'm
get
only
that
60.
like.
You said it's 90, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. So if you're like kind of flying, you'd be flying around.
Mhm.
As you're from that angle and able to see down there, it's Vanta black, and you get that like, you almost get like an ocular headache looking down that.
Hate that.
Ow.
I've had an
All
ocular
right.
migraine one time. It was not fun.
All right, well, this is unfortunately and depressingly very simple. You stay here. Obviously, there is nothing left to get to you up here. And we go down there.
May I suggest a alternative, actually? Cazian. We should escort him out of town.
At least to the bridge, maybe.
Give him back to what?
What can watch over him?
Just wait, hold on. Dad, we don't want him to get too close to what?
We don't want him to get too close to what, but we can't leave him here. Look,
Hold on.
There are states that you see people in as a soldier. He is on his last legs. He cannot stay here.
Ooh, let me see something.
Oh, no, trust me, you can get pushed further. But let's not.
Yes, as a soldier you can. He's not one.
Let's get him to the bridge. And then we go deal with that shittery down there.
You guys just want to leave this cursed place unobserved? Sorry.
No. We get him to the bridge, and then we got to go back and finish that. Because we go back without fixing this thing.
I don't want to leave this place unobserved, but technically speaking, we could take him back to town, and we've done our job.
I have an option.
But when she finds out that we left that,
that's not what
that will solve all the problems that we're having with this discussion right now. I can cast a teleportation circle that he can step into that will take him back.
Oh, is that something you can do more than one time in a day?
I am also thinking the bonus we could get if we fix this thing.
What is he?
He's trying to say we'd get more money, probably.
Gasp.
She's already offered us a favor, a very lucrative favor, to increase the value of that. Kind of hard to beat.
Okay, Lucas.
Oh, hold on. I think I misread this. Let me double check it.
What was the last thing that threatened your life? Like within today? Like today or yesterday?
I don't remember when, but he points to the guy that Cazian had seen, the at least the one where you triangulated. You're like, that motherfucker got hit with a crossbow bolt from 80 feet up. Him. He got a hold of some magic that was not even 80 feet wasn't enough.
Yeah, I'm certain at this point there can't be much left in the town. We could sweep the town first.
Yes, I can teleport him back. But I can only if I do it. I can only do it once a day. I believe.
Well, our job is to keep him safe. So I suppose we should do that.
Okay, hold on. Anyone got let's hold on. He pulls out a thing of paper and something to write. Let's send a note back, explaining everything.
Pin a note to his chest like a kid at an airport.
Yes. And it'll tell what we are going to do. So let's prep that, prep him, get him the hell out of here.
I do have a spell that would protect him for like 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm holding on to that.
We're gonna need that.
Hang on. I got a potion that can do that. And he kind of, and I forgot he's actually moving at half speed, but he trundles up to one of the saloons, goes inside, pushes the door open. You hear him kind of stumbling, fumbling about a little bit. You hear this noise, and then
I follow him.
A couple minutes later, as you get to the door, he just comes out with like a bottle of the D&D equivalent of Jack Daniels.
Fair.
Good old teleportation potion. You ever get tired of your day? Use that. Yeah, we're not doing that. And he just grabs the bottle back out of his hand.
That's the time travel potion.
Have you had anything to eat?
He checks himself. He's not looking gaunt, so he's eaten, and I think I must have.
Okay, so we're gonna write out this note.
Well, you write the note, hand him a thing of rations, and start working on the teleportation circle.
Yeah, you get you get teleportation circle. The other two maybe just I don't know, search the town for anything important if there might be anything, and then I'll write out a note basically saying just summarizing the events of what had just happened. We're able to send him back safe. We're going after to fix this thing. Be back soon.
That's right. You're not encumbered by the 25 words of sending.
Yeah, no, I'm literally writing a note that I'm going to pin to his shirt, and I'm actually going to probably copy and do a second one and put it in his pocket. And I might even write and if they're still searching, I might write a third one and pin it to the back of his shirt.
Yeah. So who is searching? You can roll investigation checks.
That'll be me. Can I make it a perception so I get advantage?
You can, yes.
Oh, it's really good.
Yes, well,
A dirty 20.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You search the town. The business it's bodies. And like I said, it's not like massive amounts of bodies. It's not like everyone was out and about and a thing killed everyone all at once. This place probably had 150 people living in it because it existed to cater to the workers. Everyone is dead, and just about everyone in some sort of brutal fashion. And fortunately, I don't have to go incredibly dark. This is a mining town, so there's no young kids, but there are some greenhorns. There are some upper teenage people probably came out
good child labor.
Have you read the history of labor laws involving mining things?
Yeah. There's a reason they're called miners.
They're all miners.
The child labor laws literally exist because they would send the children into the mines.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now they all play Minecraft. The children yearn for the mines.
That's right. You do not find that. You do not find anybody under the age of majority in the United States. But everyone is dead.
And I'm ashamed to ask this, but any shinies or goodies? Crowbrain.
Likely, yeah. There's almost certainly. You don't find much coin at all. And that is a thing that would not strike you as uncommon because in the world you live in, coin is actually the least favorable form of payment. The form of payment that people prefer are stories, memories, emotions, guesses. And it probably clicks at this point that your friend the troll, what you were paying him with, he didn't care what you answered. He just wanted you to guess. And when you guessed, that formed into the thing that was in his hand.
That is so cool.
I forgot how weird this world is.
And there are shinies. There are definitely shinies, but they are not coins. So what might be you probably find gold in the form of some rings, some bracelets, some necklaces. A Electrum, because of everyone's universal hate of Electrum, Electrum is never used as coins. It is only ever used as like ceremonial dagger or something like that. But again, small
Probably
mining
not
town,
any-
so this is, yeah.
There's probably not any like nice weapons either or anything. There's not going to be anything, nothing better than what we carry.
The things, honestly, the most valuable things that you find are probably heirloom type things. So
That feels wrong to take.
That's
I don't know.
entirely your call.
I mean, you know, if you're that good kind of person, you're just maybe collecting things in a pile so they can all be sorted through later by the loved ones.
I'm gonna give you Crowbane the justification needed to take the stuff. Just Holt is just gonna look over as you're rooting around through people. Oh, that's very kind of you, going through their belongings so you can return it to their families when we find them.
Right, of course. Pockets, everything. Well, I thought for a second maybe I'd make a shrine.
That's
Yeah.
I love that.
You know, it'll take some time to make the teleportation circle, so we'll make a nice little memorial sort of thing for him.
I'm still writing notes. I'm probably on to like 4 at this point to make sure that he doesn't lose any of them.
One in each pocket, one on the front. Yep.
He's like, "What are you doing?" I probably shoved one in his shoe. Like,
yeah.
The more time I'm given.
He finishes the other Jack Daniels bottle that you didn't see him. He completely drinks that one. You put one into the bottle.
Are you about ready?
Oh, I've been ready for a while. I'm just making, you know, triple, quadruple. I don't even know how many of these notes I've written. And it is a full just summary of it. Cannot be confused for anything else. This is mission accomplished, guy sent back, and we are going for extra credit.
There you go. Very nice.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
I have to probably move him over to the circle because he's probably not good on his feet right now.
Not great. Yeah, after a full bottle, it hasn't all the way hit, but it's definitely starting to.
Just be careful not, for all of you, be careful not to step into the circle because it will send you back immediately and I can't get you back.
I'm sitting him down in the circle and then stepping away.
Pick him up.
If I have to kick his legs out to do it, I do a little bit.
He does that. He makes sure that nobody else is stepping on the circle and then just touches a finger to one of the lines and it just glows and he just gone.
Amazing. I love the idea that you touch the circle and it starts like around and it starts going faster until it's a fairly solid light circle and then that circle starts spinning this way.
And he's trying to follow it and he just gets really nauseous.
He's nauseous and like
oh god, he's gonna throw up the moment he appears where we sent him.
Not our problem. That is her problem.
Right.
So at least
right.
Oh my god.
Just be careful, and, don't step into the circle. It lasts for about 5 minutes.
Oh, so... you mean the circle?
No.
Alright, well, time to do the very unsavory, stupid thing that we're about to go do. Picks up his halberd.
I see what kind of soldier you were. You never leave a job undone.
No, I'm just really fucking stupid. And he starts walking towards the head frame.
Beautiful.
You usually are.
Well, you're like, we didn't hire you for your intelligence score. Okay, so you get to the head frame.
Unfortunately,
you do have.
I actually have 13 intelligence, so.
Oh no! Oh, so you're the guy who knows. See, it's worse. To be the guy.
He's not actually stupid. He just says he's stupid because he makes dumb decisions that.
Yeah. To be the guy who doesn't know the thing you're about to do is stupid is one thing. To be the guy who knows you're about to do a dumb thing, that hurts.
This is how you play a character with really good stats and still make them, have disadvantage of things.
So are we doing anything now that you've done the first half of the job? Are we doing anything else before heading into the jaws of darkness?
I mean, they already searched everything. There's probably not much else in the town besides death and depression, so...
Correct.
Well...
Let's see if we can't handle at least half of that.
Yeah, I'll
my friend,
my little shrine and send a quick prayer to the Raven Queen and buzzle up with everybody.
Death and depression is not the D&D I like to play.
Well, my friends, it's been a pleasure working with you. And she's gonna just start walking into the head frame.
All right.
Right, so into the head frame, you find the
wall goes
ladder.
first.
It's been an absolute honor, and I can't wait to work with you again. And I'll follow you in.
That's right. So as we're going in, everyone make charisma saving throws.
I actually have a decent charisma.
Oh,
I'm so glad I got items that added to my saving throws. I got a 16.
I don't think my ability is gonna help me in that way. Wait, no, I have luck. I keep forgetting I have luck. That was a 3.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
3 plus 9, still not gonna make it.
And don't forget, us fighters have Indomitable, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
A 12's not gonna make it, correct?
Is that 9? 9 will not make it.
No,
Will a
9
5
plus
get-
3.
I do have this thing called Aura of Protection that whenever me or a friendly creature within 10 feet makes a saving throw, get a bonus to the saving throw. Well, it's my charisma modifier, which is 2.
Okay, so I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
I got a 7. I'm assuming that doesn't work. However, I have Indomitable, so I'm going to roll again.
You do have Indomitable. What'd you get, Em?
So that would be a 14 with their thing.
Okay.
And that's an 18 with their thing.
Nice.
And I can use a talisman to do a D4 to add it if I don't pass.
Okay. It doesn't by 1.
Okay. So then I'm gonna use one of those talismans. So I didn't use a lucky. I'm using my talismans. That's by 4 more. So 18.
Ooh.
Thank you, Grackle.
What has our amazing paladin rolled?
I got an 8.
No!
Sorry. I'm just not.
Okay.
I've been using different dice too.
So I love the fact that everyone else passed, specifically partly because Grackle helped and made sure that everyone else passed. and
Grackle
did
was too
not
focused
succumb-
on us.
Yeah, did not succumb to the frightened condition at the expense of Grackle.
Wait, it's frightened?
It is frightened.
What paladin are you? Because don't some of them have immunity to frightened?
I am Oath of heckin' Nature
Oath of
or
Heck.
whatever. What's it called?
I just know the
Oath of
paladins.
Ancients?
I don't
Oh,
think
it's
Oath
the
of the
Ancients.
Ancients has that.
Damn it! I just know the paladins.
No.
Like all the paladin classes have so many random like
Hey,
status
it's
effect
always good to
immunities
check.
and shit.
Yeah,
It's always
I-
good to
I'm
check.
a scaredy bird. All my feathers like poof up.
Whoa!
Ooh, this is well. I mean, and you're the one who had the divine sense go off. You felt that. You know this is like desecrated area, and it's the thing in there is fiendish. So our bird is frightened as we climb down into the
Our
jaws
bird
of
is frightened.
darkness. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm going to narrate every single minute of the climb. I'm absolutely not going to do that. We climb down eventually, and what is our? The order was the fighters going in first, right? Because who has dark vision? I know Esper does. I'm pretty sure Grackle does, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Or do I?
As a
Let me
part.
look. No,
Hey,
I don't. Sorry
Thing
about that.
to remember about their aura too. I didn't know what ancients had, but we have resistance to spell damage from spells.
Nice.
That's sick.
Question: how long does it take to go down? Because I'll have to cast False Life again if it's more than an hour.
You know what? For funsies, it takes 61 minutes to get to the bottom. And your paladin is no longer afraid.
Hey, I'm
Well.
very brave.
You know what? Yeah, so that's 61 minutes of climbing down. You're like, you know what? Fine. And the Raven Queen's got me. Like you fully psych
You
yourself
pulled
up
the
on
Indomitable out of you with that one too. That son of a bitch.
Now I have
Oh shit, that's right.
Clever fucking DMs.
Damn. Everything's fine. You know what? I want to give it back.
I can be a little frightened. That's okay. I can kind of get rid of it on myself if I do something or
Oh, there you go.
whatever.
Okay. 50 minutes. It takes 50 minutes. So you're indomitable, you're good. 59 minutes. No.
Nice.
Okay. So, we reach the bottom. Your drow apparently is the only one who has dark vision, so I don't know whether you want to be at the front or if you
I'm
want
the
to just
only
kind
one
of-
who has dark vision.
Are you?
They're all
Uh-huh.
just
What about
holding
it?
hands.
I
Oh,
mean,
my sweet babies.
I can light a torch.
No, hold on. I have a thing. I have a thing.
Does anyone have like a light cantrip type thing?
Yeah, Leander does, and he's never fucking using it again.
Oh wait, no, it only lasts a minute. Damn it. Well, I guess it's a cantrip, so I can keep doing it over and over again.
Which one?
Dancing
The light.
lights.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, and like again, we can also light a torch. Like I only carry, like 10 plus of those.
I like the idea of using this though, because I can snuff it out in like a moment's notice.
Look, we're not stealthy. We've established this. Three of us, two of us, maybe three of us roll stealth at a disadvantage. Like,
This is true. All right, let's see what the next.
we're just
Don't use your
pathetic.
resource. I'll just keep
What? I didn't
casting it
hear you.
over and over. I'll just cast it 59 times. It's fine.
Yeah, love it.
Also, I did love the mental image of Holt just having a torch in one of his hands and holding his shields.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely. No. I don't. Look, we've already established that I can carry the bird on my shoulder. The bird can carry the torch.
that's true.
on your shoulder.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he got rid of his frightened. He was riding on your shoulder. Now he feels better.
That's it.
Nice.
And
Puppies.
so you're 9 foot tall, or you're 8 foot tall, and the bird is 5.5 foot tall. So the ceilings are 15 foot tall. The bird's feathers are just almost grazing the.
The soft, feathery sound of feather on stone.
Amazing.
All right, so you make your way through the cave, the cavern, the mine, and eventually, what is our marching order? Just so I have everybody.
I probably am going first since I'm the only one with dark vision.
Well, no, we have light, so like we're fine. So
Yes, but my dark vision is 120 feet.
which means you don't need to be up front. You can be like just behind us. You can still see past
But what's
us.
the range of the
A
light?
difference of 5 feet is not going to make much of a difference. You can stand right behind us.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking what's the range of a torch?
The torches usually have a range of about 40 feet, but given the nature of the anterns which are around, I don't actually know how far the torches
Hence
light.
the reason I should be at the front because I can see 120 feet.
But we can still see. You're not getting this. You can still
No,
see
no, no,
ahead, and you can tell us
I-
if something
Hold
comes
on,
up.
hold on. How far do the torches actually reach, Anthony? In this magical
regular.
darkness.
They reach their.
Okay, so
standard.
we could see 40 feet ahead of us.
And
So
then
we can at least see walls before we walk into them.
Yeah, and then you just need to
And
stand
I-
right behind
I
us,
guess-
looking ahead.
I guess my follow-up
is
question
fully-
is
This
how
is fully in character. You are having this argument as you trek down this hallway.
absolutely.
how wide
100%.
how wide is the cavern?
About 10 feet.
Okay, I need to be in the front because you two motherfuckers are huge, and I can't see past you.
You can wait
Mm.
in Cazian's shoulders.
It's really fun.
We can do a
No.
double-decker bus.
I have a line. that is where my line is to stand.
Oh,
Okay, but I'm right behind you. You're side by side with Holt
That's
there.
fine. It's not like I'm walking like 50 feet in front of you. I'm just
You-
walking in front of you.
I will
Also-
happily walk shoulder to shoulder with you anytime, Esper.
That's it.
I can see, I can see over your head, anyways. I'm tall as fuck.
Let's go in this order here then.
I like hitching a ride.
Hitch a ride.
All right.
Lord.
I really hope everything's on the right levels. Okay. I can close his block now. Cool. All right. So then, Cassian at the front, you do see up ahead. There's a bit of a bend, and then you do see a slight bit more light. So this is like light, slightly lower than dim light, but it's not darkness. So there is some light coming from what is presumably a cavern. We move up. We continue on. And we reach this area.
Well done.
Oh.
And some people will recognize this. I guess they could be gold. Some people will recognize this as the Blue Dragon Cavern fight that we had in Mountain of Mystery. I just reused the map. I wasn't finding another one.
Maps are made to be reused, right?
Exactly.
Hey, we've seen this before.
Wait a second.
Hey, we've been here before. Wait a minute.
Is this whole thing a dream sequence?
So the cavern is lit up.
It's very low light. It is 110 feet. So actually, Esper can see everything. This cavern is
I see dead people. Wait, do I see dead people?
I am gonna light 2 torches and kind of chuck them off into opposite sides in the cavern, just to give a little extra light on the edges, so it helps with that.
I would definitely no stealth then. That's all right.
I mean, once we come clunking in, there's no stealth
anyway.
Yeah, once we come clunking in, I don't think there's much stealth.
Fair.
So I'm not saying I bust in just doing that. Like as we walk in, I'll kind of take the time to, because we already had a torch. Like you were carrying one.
Light one.
Yeah.
So now we have at the very least. Well, I mean, you've got bright light from the torches. You've got dim light from the rest of the area. There is an extraordinarily bright light coming from this. That's not my pinger. Give me my pinger.
Coming from the thing on there.
And I will make that bigger.
Excuse me.
You see that up on a pedestal, hovering above a pedestal. Oh, did it get gigantic real quick? Yeah.
It was real big.
Above a pedestal, on the top of this looks like about at least 10-foot ledge. And now that there's more bright light, there are more shadows, because you know how fire be doing that. And I believe that's also a lamprey moose skull over there too, right?
Ah, lamprey moose.
We included that at the Twin Moon Saloon. There was a skull that I guess is just a moose skull. We were like, it's a lamprey moose.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
You have no
it's from
idea
another game we played.
Makes me. You have no idea how happy that makes me.
Technically, that is a black dragon skull, but in this world, that is a lamprey moose, and it's probably like the ancient, like the great granddaddy lamprey moose. They don't get horns that big until they are so old they can have those horns. So the fact that you're like that is
that moose has a lot of teeth.
I mean,
can everybody control?
Yes, I'm gonna kind of.
Everyone can control.
I assume now that we've got some light in there, beefy boys will kind of inch our way up and get a view of this room.
How tall is the cavern?
We're gonna say 40 feet.
Sorry,
Do I see any openings in the walls or any ledges of any kind?
So here are, I guess these are technically very tiny. So how does one pronounce the word B-U-T-T-E in a geological sense? Butte. Yes, it's a couple of small, they're pillars, but they're flat topped there. There's this ledge here that the pedestal is on. This ledge down this direction. Those are both about 10 feet up. There is, where is it on here? There's at least one other, because this is a mine, so the mine does have to go deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So there's at least one other, and not density. Yeah, density. That pressure, that kind of internal pressure, is definitely emanating more strongly from that mine entrance.
Okay.
It's barometric pressure.
Demon metric pressure.
Okay.
I mean,
AMS.
So, but there's not anything above 10 feet? No little ledges or anything?
Would you like there to be?
Yes.
Well then, I'm gonna say there's at least one, probably outcropping ledge, maybe 30 feet up.
Okay. I can work with that.
These are just good to know. Good. Cool.
And then there's another, like, a another entryway to go deeper in the mine, is what you're saying as well.
Right. So we'll say actually then we'll say the 30-foot up ledge is above this one. So there's probably this is probably 5 feet tall, and then there's like 15. No, there's 25 feet above that to where it kind of comes out and forms
Okay.
that ledge.
Can you ping that again? Because I didn't see where it was.
The bottom one on the map.
Okay.
And there's
so the entrance is to the right of that, then to the rest of the mine.
Let's see where it looks like it would be more.
Like that dirt patch to the right.
Yeah, we'll put it over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything's fine.
Yahoo.
No, you're not an owl. You're a kenku.
So that big orb thingy is just kind of floating above a pedestal.
Yes.
That's the broken dream catcher. Do
Do
I know what it is?
I mean, roll Arcana.
Yes, I was hoping you'd say that.
Hey, there you go.
I have +6 to that, so that is 17.
17. That's dead Arcana to you. No, not really. So 17. Yes, that is a dreamcatcher. You've not seen one, but by the description, and you were undoubtedly told this by the businesswoman who hired you, because that question probably came up in the thing, like, what is a dreamcatcher? And it's interestingly, it almost looks like I can't remember the name of them, but the glass ball with the electricity coming out to it.
Those things that Hot Topic always sold, that you put your finger on it and it'd look like,
yeah.
It's like a little Tesla coil kind of thing.
Right. There's no glass, but it is like the energy, this very, very pure white energy, kind of crackling around, forming what looks like a sphere. So it's sort of a sphere of energy.
Okay.
And do I know how this would be fixed? Or what would break it? Do any of us, I guess?
I guess everyone roll Arcana. You got your 17.
I know what I'm probably going to say once I do this.
8.
Your Arcana roll was so good.
I rolled a 14.
19.
19.
Wait.
Nobody knows. No one knows how to fix it. Grackle has the best idea that whatever fiendish sense and whatever pressure, wherever that pressure is coming from, whatever's causing that, is almost certainly to blame.
I'm just gonna pipe up for a second, just like, I don't know much about those, but whenever something went wrong back on the field, the brainy boys would always say something about percussive maintenance.
You're saying we should smash it?
I don't think that's what we need to do in this case.
No.
Oh, well, that's fair enough.
I feel like if we sense this magic, there's got to be something with that. That something is. There's some fuckery in here.
I agree.
Term.
We shouldn't smash it. However, we should smash something.
Yes.
Love it.
Well, just let me know when you're ready to hit it.
I'm gonna start walking into the cavern a little bit and just like look around. What the fuck's here?
Just like at the end of this whole thing, when we've smashed whatever's doing, it's just like, see, I told you, percussive maintenance.
That's right. That's right. As you walk in, I won't even go with perception. The shadows that are being cast by your torch, you probably would not have picked this up were it not for the torches, because the torches are creating an amount of light that was not here. Those shadows, they're flickering, but not quite the way they ought to be.
Oh no!
I'm casting my talisman gift, and I can float. I get a flying speed, but it's not actual flight. I can float up to 30 feet. So I'm going to float up onto that ledge.
There you go.
When I
It's
see
like this.
Esper... Oh, sorry. I see Esper cast. I'll just bless everybody real quick. Everybody bless.
Yeah, hang on. You catch her toe as she.
Oh wait.
What is that? What does that give again?
That will give you, advantages on your attack rolls and saving throws. No, it just gives you a D4. Yeah.
Plus D4.
You
Which
can add a D4 to your attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
So everyone's been blessed.
I like the.
Except,
all I saw was that scene from Willy Wonka where the kid's floating. So I love the idea that she's floating and she's like, "Oh, I misjudged," and she's trying to doggy paddle over to like get over there, or she gets all the way to the ceiling and then just kind of. Oh no, that's 40 feet. But okay,
Yeah.
so she's up on the ledge.
And I
Anthony,
also
can I,
now have resistance to bludgeoning damage for the next 10 minutes.
Can I get my Echo token, by the way?
Yes. Let's see if you have control of that.
I do. Is there any way to make them look different? I guess I can just... There we go. That'll work.
I renamed it Echo.
So I'm gonna just pop my Echo out and just... Okay, hold on. I gotta remember 30. Where this is at. I'm popping him over, like over here. Just...
Okay.
You guys see his... There's like a kind of a glow of bluish energy around him as this swirling blue copy of himself that looks similar but different just appears in the air about 30 feet away. And I'm just going to leave him there for now and kind of start stepping in and look at... There's something hiding here.
I'm going to stay near the bird that has the light.
I'm being a little shy. Maybe I'll move out a little.
I'm actually going to light another torch and chuck it into another corner and see if like that reveals a bit more. Are the
down this...
Yeah, am I getting anything from the shadows here? Like, is this pointing to something?
No, that is the area of the other tunnel that goes deeper into. Yeah, weirdly, I don't think the torch there creates the bright light in a very small, like what should be bright light probably 10 feet and another whatever it is 20 to 40 is like bright light in 5 foot and dim light in 10 foot.
So that's where we have to go.
Into the shadow corner?
What could go wrong? I'm actually going to send my Echo in first into the shadows and see if something happens to it.
Okay. Into the into the mine.
Into the unknown?
Is there anything...
No.
Actually... idea. Holt, especially, protect me, because I'm going to lose my vision and deafen. And I'm just going to start moving my Echo into the mine ahead as a scout. I can do it up to 1,000 feet.
So Holt... Good.
Holt is just gonna shrug and walk up to him and like you know how bear hugs work, right?
Yeah, because I'm kneeling down so you can do this easier. Just
just basically bear hugging with me on one side of you and the shields on the other.
Yep, and
nothing shall touch.
And the Echo just like kind of like perks up, looks back at you, waves, and then just starts going into the mine.
Excellent. All right. So as soon as the Echo crosses the threshold into the mine, you, from that perspective, see nothing. This is effectively magical darkness, just beyond the edge of that torchlight. As soon, Holt, as you see that Echo go through the threshold, you hear behind you, and Esper you see in front of you down below, and Grackle, you see that skull, that lamprey moose skull, kind of, you hear it like bone on stone.
Uh-oh.
And the shadows that are around it start to pull in underneath of it. And as they pull in, they push up until eventually something stands up wearing that lamprey moose skull.
See, this is what happens when you split the party.
See, thankfully, I lose my. I'm deaf and blind. I'm not immune to. I can still feel, so you can nudge me and I'll come back.
Nah, I'm good.
Kiss
He's
him.
gonna leave you. He's gonna leave you in there. Ready? This is going to scare you. It's going to get bigger.
Ah.
Whoa.
I'm assuming right around the point that happens, Holt, you probably spin around and like elbow me in the back.
Oh yeah.
Echo disappears. Cazian just kind of falls forward, turns around, and goes, "Woo!" And immediately recasts his Echo.
Okay. Immediately what?
Recasts his Echo.
Oh, okay, pulls it back out. Cool.
Because it vanishes from wherever it was.
It gets up, kind of, you know, that when you get up and you kind of stretch. Takes the helmet off, not helmet, but like takes the skull off, has its own horns, takes the skull. I wouldn't recommend that.
I'm gonna cast protection from good and evil on myself. Real quick.
That was a smart idea.
This sounds like a time to switch to my battle music.
What
And
are
who are you?
Oh, yeah, I heard two there. What was that?
we got a who and a what are you?
Who are you?
What is back at the bridge? I'm a bit of a shepherd. And as he says that, kind of reaches out like he's going to grab something standing beside him, and there's nothing standing beside him. But as he reaches out, as he's closing his hand, the shadow sort of extends upward, and not in a straight line like a light beam would be, but in a kind of weaving itself together line, up and down from his hand. And as he kind of gets it in position, this long shepherd's crook appears.
And
I don't like that.